Om Stapakaya Dharmasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Stapakaya Dharmasya Sarvadharmasvarupine Avataravarishtaya Ramakrishnaya te Namah. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Let us offer our salutations to Lord Krishna, to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme God Incarnate. Let us offer our salutations to Lord Krishna, who gave the most wonderful message of Bhagavad Gita. Today's topic, the message of Lord Krishna. We have celebrated Lord Krishna's birthday. We have offered our worship. Lord Krishna has given his teachings, which we find in the form of Bhagavad Gita. God wants us to be happy, peaceful, and enjoy the life as long as you live. But then, in spite of God's supreme wish that we should all be happy and joyful, yet we are suffering. We are miserable. We are depressed. Why? Because we don't know how to conduct our life properly. We don't know how to behave properly. We don't know how to cherish love and devotion towards God. So here Lord Krishna very emphatically points out the ways of reaching joyful state. And it has been well pointed out, the source of all suffering is an account of the wrong desires, which simply bother us all the time. The moment desire enters into your heart, the very moment the botheration starts. Because you want to fulfill the desire, sometimes you will be able to do it, but most of the time you will not be able to do, so you will be bothering and worrying and undergoing all sorts of suffering. So, Lord Krishna has very clearly pointed out that this is the culprit. Why don't you attack and get rid of that culprit? Because it is this desire that leads you to commit all sorts of crimes, violence, and you lose your humanness. Very famous verse Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Ashapashashatairbadhaha kamakrodha parayanaha ihante kama bhogartham anyayena artha sanchayan. The root of suffering is given here. Hundreds of desires are binding you tightly. You will not be able to even breathe yourself on account of these desires. On account of these desires, you become angry because you will not be able to fulfill your desires. You need lot of things, and so you have your own excuse to earn money in whatever way. Anyayena artha sanchaya. By improper means, you will be able to earn the money in order to satisfy your desires. So, this desire, how treacherous it is, you should seriously give thoughts to it. That's why Lord Krishna says, practice contentment. Do you want to be happy? Follow the virtue of contentment. Santushto ena kena chit. Be satisfied with whatever you have. Be satisfied. That feeling of satisfaction is very important, and it keeps you in a happy mode. So this desire, how treacherous it is, it makes you more and more selfish. More and more selfish. And it brings you, it makes you attached towards the things which you got on account of your desires. So the next thing that would follow is I and mine. I am very important. I am insulted. I am hurt. So I becomes very important than anything else in this world. Even you may say, I don't care for God, I am hurt. You may even say that. So I is so important, more important than God Himself. So, with the sense of possession comes selfishness, and selfishness brings misery. Period. Selfishness brings misery. That's why we always keep telling, do some volunteer service, do some selfless activity. Some people, they come for spiritual guidance and instructions. Generally what I would do, I will tell them, suggest them to read some books in order to set the mind, and in course of time, when I find they are quite ready, I give them the suitable mantra for them to do spiritual practice. And as a part of practice, I tell them, look, try to come to the ashrama as many times as possible. Coming to the ashrama is also most important part of sadhana. You will have 100,000 reasons for not coming to ashram. 100,000. That's why I am telling you, coming to ashrama itself is a sadhana. And then I tell them, when you come here, at least weekend you should be able to come. Otherwise, whenever you come, the first thing is enter the chapel, bow down to God, sit for a few minutes, utter your mantra, then vacuum the place. Vacuum. It has got tremendous spiritual value. I don't know how to describe it. It has got a beautiful Sanskrit word for that service, Kainkarya. Even just by vacuuming the temple regularly, without fail, without giving reasons, you will be able to come near to God. But sometimes in the beginning they do, after slowly they absent. Then they drop. It's a pity, really. But, well, probably each one will have to pass through certain experiences before he or she would really come towards God. Well, the first point to be aware of is the selfishness, the wretched demon residing in our heart. As long as this selfishness is there, how can you expect joy or happiness? How can you expect the vision of God? How can you communicate with God? How can you love anybody in this world without removing this selfishness? So, nisprahaha, I'm just taking the code words because Bhagavad Gita, every word is golden. I have felt and I'm enjoying it and I am living. Whether other people want to live or not, it is not my responsibility. It is the responsibility of God Himself, who has created everyone. So, if God is there to bother, why should I bother? God bothers about everybody. I don't want to bother. Let me do what I should do. That's what I am trying to do. Nisprahaha. Free from desires. That is the harmful desires. Desires which drag you, which pull you, which trample you, which destroy you totally. Those harmful desires must be mercilessly removed from the mind if you are really aspiring for happiness. So, the first demon is selfishness. The next demon, equally powerful, is anger. Of course, I have already told in the beginning, the source of all the suffering is desire. Well, now I am specifying the demons who are well seated, well established in our heart. They don't go. Even if you shoot them, they may not be shot dead. They are so powerful than yourself. Anger, one letter less than danger, Danger. Next to danger is anger itself. How careful you should be, but how careless we are. So, there are very wise people, how nicely they have pointed out and described the nature of anger. It is amazing. And it is true. So anger is compared to the wind which blows out reason. When you are in the grip of anger, you have no reason at all. You behave irrationally, most irritatingly. Anger is a stone cast into a wasp's nest. There's another statement said by one of the saints, extremely nice. If you remember these statements, then probably anger is afraid to come near you. Sticks and stones may break our bones, but words will break our hearts. That means how careful you should be when you are uttering words, when you are speaking, when you are talking. Mridubhashi, that softness, politeness should be there. Not hypocritical politeness, not hypocritical softness, not business-minded softness. No. Softness in the real sense of the term I am talking about. But then, anger has got its value. But generally people don't give attention to the value. They always take the wrong side of it. Good side they will forget. If they take good side, everybody in this world should have become angel. But that can't be. Sri Ramakrishna tells, well, anger is used for self-defense. When you are being attacked or when you are in danger, you can express anger. It's a fake anger, not really your anger. Sri Ramakrishna says, you hiss like a snake, but don't bite. Extremely good example. See, in the parable, Sri Ramakrishna says how there was a snake in the village, in a certain village, and it was terrorizing all the people who walk around in the woods. Nobody would dare come near the woods. One day, one holy man was walking along, and the villagers ran to him, please sir, don't go near that woods. There's a terrible snake. It not only frightens, it even bites you. Be very careful. It is a very ferocious, violent snake. A Holy Mother, he smiled, well, don't worry about me. I know how to deal with that. They were all watching with curiosity how this holy man would deal with the ferocious snake. Well, he came in a very natural way. He was walking, coming near the woods, and as usual, the serpent came out with all its furious nature, and it began to attack him. Of course, the holy man had some spiritual power, so he was not afraid. Well, he could communicate to the snake. He could make him understand, well, why are you attacking like this? Why should you do that? Why should you bite people unnecessarily? Don't bite. And then he gave him a little mystical formula, a mantra, and he told the snake, well, concentrate upon this mantra, that will do good to you. Then he left. Some days passed. The snake was seriously taking the spiritual practice. Even human beings won't take. The snake is taking. We can take very seriously, so we are not taking seriously. This is the drawback. We can do many things, so we are not doing things. That's the paradox. We know how to be truthful, so we are telling lies all the time. Anyway, and this, the villagers found out, where is that snake? We are not seeing it at all. Is it alive or dead? So they just wanted to peep inside the woods. The serpent was there, it was moving here and there, but it was not attacking. It was not showing its furious nature. Now it is their turn now. See the fun. The serpent is not attacking. Then the villagers, the kids, everybody, they should be happy. Well, the serpent is living all alone. It's very good. No. Now they are doing the mischief now. They began to throw stones at the serpent because it is not doing harm. So they want to play. Not only that, one time what happened, one of the urchins, he caught the tail of the snake and he swirled around it number of times and then threw it away. And the serpent got bruises all over the body. Blood was oozing out. But still it did not react. It was all the time remembering the mantra and chanting that. In that process, it has become really sattvic, not to harm anyone, whatever it might be. Not only that, it doesn't want even to remember any harmful done to it. It has gone to that highest state of sattvic. So, then one day the holy man returned and he would not see the serpent moving about. Then he called the serpent and it came out and he was shocked to see the whole body was bruised and famished. What happened to you? Why are you living in this miserable condition? I thought you'd be wonderful, so I came to see you. But then it's, oh no, I'm quite all right. There's nothing wrong. Why all these bruises? Oh, it happened because like this. The boys threw away and it began to plan all the things. Then the holy man said, well, what a fool you are. A devotee should not be a fool. Huh? He says, I told you not to bite, but you could have hissed. Why did you not hiss? Hissing is not biting. If you had hissed, they would not come near you. You would be safe. That's the moral lesson we should learn. Anger is used as a self-defense, not for any other purposes. If you are really a very strong saint and established in good sattva, then even that show of anger is not required, to tell you the truth. But Sri Ramakrishna is telling, well, because you are living in this world, you have to deal with so many people. It's not easy, but it is possible to give a good turn to anger. His you can do, not bite. So that's the story. Of course, there is you see, this anger, in what manner it leads you, it will create a revengeful attitude in yourself. Revengeful. That is very dangerous thing. Again, there is a famous incident in Mahabharata. You know, Drona and Drupad, the famous characters. Drupad was a prince. Drona was a poor Brahmin boy. Both of them, they studied under a teacher. They were very good and they liked each other. And Drupad was overwhelmed by his company, and he told Drona, well, Drona, I love you so much. After our completion of this education, when we go back, you must know I am the prince, I will become the king. I don't want to part company with you. You are welcome to my place. I will keep you in a very nice position. I am even prepared to give you half of my kingdom to you. These are the words he told. Drupad told Drona. And Drona, of course, he said, well, it's all right, let us be friends. Then education was completed. Drupad went back. In course of time, he became the king of Panchala kingdom. And Drona was remaining as a poor Brahmin. Poor Brahmin means poor in the sense, he was always engaging his time in meditation, in austerities, and doing vrat and devotional practices. He was always engaged in such activities. Well, one day what happened, he had a son, Ashwatham. He was a boy and he did not see the milk, how the milk would be. And when he was asking for milk, and mother said, we don't have milk here. And when the matter came to Drona, he became very sad. What kind of householder life I am living? Can I not give milk to my child? What is this wretched life? I must earn something. I must make at least moderately comfortable. So he began to think of getting into a job. So, of course, he went to the Guru. At that time, Parshuram, he learnt archery from him. So he was well versed in archery. Astra Shastra Vidya. So he thought, well, I will be useful anywhere I go. And he remembered what Drupad had told during his student days. So he went to his palace to see him. And Drupad was sitting on the throne. All the dignitaries were sitting there. And Drona entered the courtroom. And he began to introduce himself. Look, I think you remember we were friends. We were being educated under the Guru, and you promised this way, that way. Began to talk like that. Drupad became very angry. See that fun? How the power position turns the head of a man. What kind of friendship you are talking about? How can there be friendship between unequals? I am the king, you are the beggar. How can you claim friendship? He began to abuse him. You must read that Sanskrit verses. They are shown. It's very interesting to read that passage. Abused him like anything. And Drona was shocked and greatly humiliated. His eye-ness was hurt totally. It was as if he was pierced by 100 daggers. 100 daggers, not one. He felt so much pain. He did not say anything, just got out of the court. Then he took a revenge Well, I should punish this fellow. I should punish him. That's the word he used. Well, he went to Hastinapur. As I said, he was well versed in the archery. He became the teacher, master of the Kauravas and Pandavas. He taught them very nicely how to use the missiles. And afterwards, after the completion of teaching, it's a tradition that the students should offer pranami. Something must be given. Otherwise, how the guru should live? People want, of course, everything to be free. but not to that extent. You must do something. When it comes to something, that also people calculate. If a man is capable of giving $100, he gives just $5. See, patram pushpam phalantoyam. God is satisfied with one leaf of tulsi. There is no need for me to give $100. It's all that $5 is quite. That's the way. If it comes to spirituality, they talk of philosophy. If it comes to the spending on their own, they can spend any amount they want to. So, of course, there is a word called Anukul Vedanta in our literature. Nicely they philosophize everything. Even for not coming to ashrama, they can philosophize nicely. Oh, you'll be stunned if you see the reasons how they give. Oh, Swamiji, we have got social obligation, we have got this obligation. As if coming to ashrama is not obligation. When it comes to spirituality, it becomes so difficult for them. Anything else is all right. Anyway, when Drona called them and said, look, I suppose you want to give some pranami to me, but I don't want pranami in the usual sense. I want a thing to be done that is equal to your giving pranami to me. What is that? There is Drupad in Panchala kingdom. You must go fight with him, don't kill him, catch him, chain him, bring him, drop him at my feet. That I want you to do. Who will be able to do that? And there was a very boastful person, Duryodhana. He came forward. Oh, I can do it in no time. Right? Go and do it. So Duryodhana went. Suddenly he went and attacked Drupad. Drupad was surprised. Unprovoked, he was being attacked. But anyway, he was quite strong enough. So Drupad just humiliated Duryodhana. And Duryodhana came back with shame. Drona saw him. What? What a disgrace. You could not bring Drupad? And Drona was feeling a little sad. Just then, Arjun came there. Arjun was the hero, And Drona saw him. The look itself had a meaning. Will you be able to do it? Arjun said, Sir, by the grace of the Guru, I should be able to do it. See? Duryodhana didn't say anything. I will do it, he said. I was more important to him. But Arjun, Guru was important to him than himself. He said, by the grace of the Guru, I should be able to do it. Guru is first, then comes I. Well, he went. He was very good in archery, And he attacked Drupad. He defeated Drupad's army. Drupad was surrounded by hundreds of arrows. He shot them in such a way that Drupad could not escape. He could not go anywhere. So he was caught, he was chained, he was brought before Drona, and he dropped him literally on the feet of Drona. Drona was immensely happy to see his disciples' skill, and he blessed Arjun. There is no hero equal to Arjun. Then Drona smiled at Drupad, smiled at him. In smiling also there is a lot of meaning. Sometimes in anger also they smile. If you are jealous also, you smile. It's a jealous smile. So smile also has got various meanings. Well, here Drona talked to him. Drupad, you must know the whole Panchala kingdom belongs to me now. You are no more the king. Because you have been defeated. But I don't want to grab your kingdom. and I will keep half of the kingdom so that I will become equal to you. You rule the half of the kingdom, I will rule half of the kingdom. Now we are equals, we can be friends. You told me there cannot be friendship between unequals. There can be friendship between the king and the king. Well, now I am the king, as you are. Go. That's all. But then Drupad took the revenge. He became very angry. What? What kind of life is this? It's better to die than to be in this life of shame. So he determined to perform a particular ritual. Those days they would, for everything they would do yajna. To kill a person also they would do yajna. For blessings as well as for destroying everything they would do yajna. So he approached a rishi and he performed a yajna. The purpose of the yajna was he wanted to get a son who would kill Drona, and he wanted a daughter who would marry Arjun. And the son was Drishtadyumna, who later on killed Drona. Daughter was Draupadi, who married Arjun. See how all this, the whole episode started just on account of this anger, how Drupad insulted Drona, and Drona took revenge, and Drupad took revenge. Clash. Tap, destroyed. So like that. So this is the another equally ferocious demon lying in your heart. That is anger. The first one I told you, selfishness. Second one is anger. Kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidhenime vairanam. Lord Krishna says in the Gita. So they become hypocrites, they become boasting, they become arrogant, they develop all evil tendencies. All these things happen because of this selfishness and anger. Well, when a person is under the attack of anger, he loses his thinking power. His buddhi is completely destroyed. Lord Krishna says again, Krodhat bhavati sammohaha, sammohat smriti vibhramaha, smriti bhramshat buddhinashaha, buddhinashat pranashyati. He totally is ruined. So be very much aware of this anger. There is another equally powerful, dangerous enemy, that is lobha, greed. It is terrible. And again I am taking an incident from the Mahabharata. So beautiful. There was a farmer, a very poor farmer. He was depending on the agricultural land. He would work hard to cultivate, but it depends upon the rain. If he gets good rain, he will get the crop. Even if he gets crop, he won't get sufficient for the whole year. Somehow he would get. He was passing through hard, difficult days, and it was bothering him. What? I can't earn sufficient money. And so one day he was exhausted. He was lying under a tree. Suddenly he saw a serpent coming out of an anthill, and he was surprised to see the serpent there. Then an idea flashed to him. Well, maybe this serpent is the goddess of this place. Probably if I propitiate this serpent, I may become prosperous. He began to think that way. So what he did was, he brought a pot full of milk and kept near the anthill so that the serpent can drink the milk. Serpents love milk. They do in India they do Naga Puja. So Nagar Panchami is very famous. At that time they take pot full of milk and go and pour it in the anthill so that snakes may drink. Anyway, this man kept that pot full of milk there and came next day and found the milk was all drunk by the snake, and the surprising thing was there was a gold coin. One gold coin was there. He was very happy, and he thought probably the goddess is pleased with my service. So why not I bring milk again? So he brought again the milk. Every day he would bring the milk, and every next day he would get gold coin. So within a short time he became very rich. One day he had to go out on some errand, and he told his son, well, today you have to do a particular duty which I did not disclose you all these days. Now I am telling you. Go to the field. He just gave the directions how to go to the place where the snake is living, that ant hill location. And you turn this way, go 94 west, 94 south, like that. He gave all directions so that the son could reach, and he told him to keep one pot full of milk there. And whatever the things you get from there, you keep it safe. So do that, like that he said, and the father went away somewhere on some business, urgent business he had to go. And this man went and put the pot full of milk, and he also got the gold coin next day. So he thought, well, why should I have to ask my dad every now and then money? Why not I take this gold myself and keep it myself? So he began to collect the gold coins, and then the thought came to him, well, every day the serpent is bringing one gold coin from the anthill. That means the anthill must have plenty of gold coins inside. So why not I kill this serpent and get the whole gold coins immediately? I will become the richest person. So thinking that, what he did was, next day he took a stick to kill the snake, which was giving gold coin every day. Instead of being grateful, he became greedy. See the fun? Lobha. So he went there. He was ready to strike the snake. He was waiting for the snake to come out. The snake came out in its usual time, and it was so propitious. It was graceful also. It was about to drink the milk, but then this fellow thought this is the right time to kill it, because its attention is diverted. It is drinking the milk, so I can hit it now. So he did not know how to hit the snake. So he hit it at a wrong place. The snake became alert. It became angry, and immediately the boy was bitten by the snake, and he died there. See? So this is the way how the destruction is caused by greed. Of course, there's a famous story which Sri Ramakrishna has said. Probably you're all aware of that. There was a barber in a king's court. He was living moderately well. He was the barber of the king, means king takes care of everything. Every now and then the barber would get presents and this, that, etc. He was not to worry about anything seriously in his home. He was, in a way, he was happy and peaceful. One day what happened was, he was walking, and when he came across a tree, he heard a voice suddenly. Well, do you want 7 jars of gold? 7 jars of gold? He could not believe. He was simply standing, whether it is real voice or simply it's a fake. Again he heard the same voice. 2-3 times he heard the same voice. Do you want it? That was the greatest temptation to him. Well, why not? Yes, I want. Then the voice, it did not give him directly all the 7 jars. He told, go back home, you will see all the 7 jars in your home. And he was excited. He ran literally back to home, and he found to his surprise big jars, huge jars, 7 jars, all covered with lid. He was so excited. He went near the first jar, opened the lid, full to the brim, full of gold coins. Next, full. Third, full. 4, 5, 6, full. 7, not full. 7th jar is not full. 75% is full. 25% only not full. So the idea came to him, well, it's not good to keep the 7th jar not full. Only 25%, why not I fill it up? So that I will become the owner of the 7 jars of gold. It's a huge jar, it's not a small jar. So what he did was, whatever the things he has got in his, whatever the reserves he had made during his lifetime, everything he began to convert into gold coin and put them into the jar. But whatever the things he is putting, it is not filling up at all. Still it's yet to be filled up. Then he was worried and he began to beg people, he began to take loans. Then one day, when he went to the king, who were giving a shave, "Oh king, you know all the cost of living is going high. Will you not increase my pay?" "All right, I will increase your pay, go." So double payment he got. He increased his salary, monthly salary. But even then, he was not happy. He was not eating food properly, starving. People, wife and children were not happy in their home. They were all in a very miserable condition because everything is converting into gold and putting into that pit, that jar. Then again, as usual, he went to the king to give a shave. King saw him. "What happened to you? Are you suffering from tuberculosis? You were so nice about a few months back. Now I can't see your face. Were you enamored of 7 jars of gold?" King asked him. And then he was shocked. How king came to know? And then he said yes. Then he told, "Go and return immediately all those 7 jars of gold. Otherwise you will be killed." He came to senses. He went to the tree where he heard the voice and he told, "I don't need those 7 jars of gold. Please take them back." "Yeah, they are taken back. Go." Like that he heard the voice. So he came back to see all the 7 jars gone. 7 jars of gold gone, it's all right. But whatever he had put in that 7th jar, that's also gone. So then only he came to senses. So that's the way how this lobha destroys the person. Lord Krishna says it's a gateway to hell. Do you want to see the hell? If you have this lobha, if you have this anger, easily you can go to hell without any difficulty. Triyadham narakasyedam dwaram nashanam atmanaha kamaha krodaha tatha lobhas tasmad etattrayan tyajet. You are suffering on account of these demons in you. So no use of simply complaining, no use of simply grumbling that way. Get rid of them, then you will be free from all those problems. As long as you keep your finger near the fire, you get heat sensation. Heating sensation you will get. What is it simply crying, "Oh, I am getting heating sensation, what should I do?" Get rid of your finger get away from the fire. Don't sit near the fire, you will be free from the heating sensation. That's what Lord Krishna is telling here. He is pointing out these are the ways to hell. Hell means suffering, intense suffering. So, that's another terrible enemy which you have to become aware and take steps to destroy that enemy. They are all staying in everyone's heart. Because you are giving attention to them, they all become active and powerful. They devour you, and they are devouring you every moment. Every moment you are in the grip of either selfishness or anger or greed. The next demon which I am trying to point out to you is delusion. You can even say deception. How people are being cheated, deceived. That's it. So, that's also very dangerous. As long as you are in that state of deception, you can't get rid of suffering. And again, how this deception causes you suffering. Again, there is a story told by Sri Ramakrishna in the Gospel. It is there. You know, Narad Maharshi was very, very great devotee. He always keeps singing God's glories. And there is a famous text, Narada Bhakti Sutra, aphorisms of Devotion. Excellent book. If you want to practice Bhakti Yoga, you must read that Narad Bhakti Sutra. Excellent. Really. That Narad, one day, some curiosity, some idea came. Well, he was talking very freely with Lord. Oh Lord, lot of people talk about Maya. What is that Maya? Will you please give me some understanding of how that Maya works? Oh, don't worry. Let me see. Give me some time. I will let you know. Give me some time. And then he wanted this matter to be forgotten. Then he would put him in that net of Maya. So one day, Lord Vishnu called Narad. Today weather is very good. First class weather. Let us go for a walk. It's nice to walk. And Narad was very happy because God himself is calling him. And to be with God while walking, what a treasure it is. He was extremely happy. And both started walking and walking. Then Lord Vishnu said, Narad, I am feeling thirsty. Will you please bring me a little water? I want to drink little water. Please go and bring water. Oh, I can bring, no time. So he began to find where the water would be available. He saw from a distance a lake, Michigan Lake he saw. So he wanted to go and take the water. And he was going and going. After walking maybe about 2-3 miles, he saw the clear water, drinking water lake. And he was going there, but he saw, to his surprise, a youthful lady was sitting there, all alone. And she was very polite and very loving. Her gestures were good. Her facial features were good. It was so tremendously fascinating. So Narad was tempted to go towards her and talk a bit. And he began to talk a little bit, and she expressed tremendous love towards him. In that process, what Narad thought, well, it seems both of us agree, because I also love you, and you are also loving me, the way you talk. And I have not seen a girl like you. Why not we marry? And, oh yeah, I am ready, she said. They married. So they want to settle down. They went to some suburbs. They got an apartment. Nice apartment, and living very comfortably. They got children. He got 8 or 9 children, and very happy, extremely happy. But what happened was, all things will not go well all the time. Sometimes there will be some problems. Storm will come, some things. So there was some national calamity. Something terrible happened in that village where they were living, and he thought, it's not safe for us to live anymore. Let us migrate to some other place, to a safer place. So they decided, with all their children, wife, with their baggage. So they left the place, and they were crossing the river. They were walking on the bridge, but suddenly the bridge collapsed. There was a flash flood, and in that flash flood, all the children were drowned there. Narad became very unhappy. He began to weep and cry. But he was trying to hold the wife to save at least the life of the wife, at least he should save. But the force of the flood was so great, even that wife also was carried away. He became totally depressed, and he began to beat his head, his forehead. See, what is my fate? What is my fate? He was weeping and beating. Then on the back of his pad, well, Narad, where is my water? Lord Vishnu asked him. Then he woke up. Oh, Swami, is this your Maya? He could not believe he was under the spell of Maya. Where is my water? So, Maya is so powerful. It is so powerful. So, unless you surrender yourself to God, unless you develop devotion, love towards God, it's difficult to overcome Maya. Well, Michelle, please ask afterwards. After the service, I'll sit there. You can come and ask me. And there is another story also, which I would like to tell. And of course, this incident is taken from Ramayana. You know Janaki, Sita. Ramachandra and Lakshman, they were all in the forest. I don't go to the details of the story. I come to the point only because time is already up. And they were living in the Panchavati. They built the hermitage and cottage. They lived there. Like hermits, they were living. And one day, Sita saw beautiful golden deer, golden body. It was so attractive. And Sita said, well, Rama, I want this deer. Will you please bring this deer to me? I want to have this pet. It is true, Sita is goddess herself. But you must know one fact. They have taken human form. So they have to behave in a human way. So they come under some power of Maya. So that to carry on the game. Otherwise you can't pull on in the game at all. So they have purposely come with some Maya. So they have to behave in a human way, and they are behaving, and Sita is asking for the deer. And Rama warned, look, please don't desire that. It is deceptive. It is not the real deer. It may be some demon, because this forest is full of demons. They are all brutal. They are harmful. So don't aspire for that. Oh Rama, why do you hesitate to bring this deer after all? Which demon would dare to face you? You can destroy anybody. I have got tremendous confidence in you. When you are here, nobody can do anything. And she forced him to go and catch the deer. And she also said, don't kill it, try to bring it, because I want the live animal. So she did not even for a moment think that it might be a demon. Well, Rama had to go, and he began to catch the deer, but the deer is so clever, it is running. It's running and stopping, so that Rama could come near. Then it would again run. It knew how to do the tricks. It's called Maya Jinka, Maya deer. So Rama thought, well, how long this is already taking miles and miles away. And so he thought, no, this is not the real one, it must be a fake one, so I must kill this. So he shot an arrow, and that it was true that the deer was not the real one, it was a demon really. His name was Maricha. When he died, he began to imitate the voice of Rama. Oh Lakshmana, oh ha Lakshmana, ha Lakshmana. Like that he began to cry. That means he is seeking the help of Lakshman, imitating the voice of Rama. And Janaki was frightened. What happened? Rama is in danger? I could never expect this. Go immediately, Lakshman. Go right now. Don't waste any moment. And Lakshman again warned, Janaki, please don't say that. There is nobody that could defeat Rama. And why do you doubt him? It might be a demon. Please, no. You must go. And then Lakshman had to go. Well, all right, I draw a line here. Please don't cross this line. If anybody comes and calls you, you answer from inside, but don't cross this line. That's called Lakshman Rekha. Then he left. Afterwards, you know that Ravan came, and he came in the guise of a monk, and he asked, Bhavati Bhikshan Dehi, give me alms. And Sita came out to give some offerings to the monk who was asking for it. And the monk said, what kind of lady you are? You are standing behind the threshold and trying to offer. You have to come out of the threshold. That's the way of doing. That's the tradition. Don't put one leg inside, one leg outside like that. Put both the legs outside. And Ravan knew all the tradition. And Janaki had no answer. She had to go out. She had to come out. When she came out, she was taken away by Ravan. And the whole story goes how Rama returned, how he was sad to see things, and how the bridge was to be built across the ocean, and he went to Lanka, he killed Ravana, he killed all the demons. All the story started just because Janaki was deceived by this deer. So, deception is like that. In so many ways we are deceived in this world. People tell one thing, do another way. It's nothing but cheating. And there is another demon also. There is arrogance. Arrogance. That's also very bad, and one should get rid of that. The next one is jealousy, matsarya. That's also very dangerous. Of course, all these qualities, if you use properly, you can use it in a way they are not harmful. But the tendency of the people is to use all these things in a wrong way. That's why instead of handling them, better to get rid of them. The last one I am talking about, jealousy. Just one example I will give and I conclude my talk. And that's also very dangerous. It saps your energy if you are jealous. Well, there is an incident which Swami Vivekananda has said. It's very, very appropriate, which I would like to tell you now. There was a person who was catching the crabs near a marshy field, near a pond, near a pool. He had kept a big tub. Of course, it had no cover. He had not put the lid. It's open tub. He had kept there, and he would catch the crabs one by one and put them into the tub. There was a person who was walking along the road, and he saw what this man was doing, catching the crab and putting them into the tub, but it has no lid. The man who was walking, he thought he was a very intelligent man. So he told him, "What a fool you are. You are catching all those crabs and putting into the tub, and you are not covering it with lid. With great difficulty you are catching them. Don't you think that these crabs will go away? Escape? All your troubles are in vain." Then this man said, "I am not the fool, you are the fool. Go and see what is happening in the tub." And the man who was walking, he just out of curiosity came near and he saw inside the tub what was going on. There were about 30 crabs were there. Of course, everyone was struggling to come out. They could come out. But what was happening there was, one crab was trying to come up, the other crab was trying to pull its leg down, pulling the leg down. It should not. So, no crab is allowed to climb the tub by other crabs. That's how the man who is jealous, he behaves in that way. He doesn't tolerate the prosperity of others. So, these are all the enemies. Beware of them. Take immediate steps to get rid of them. Then you will see how you can be really happy and peaceful in this very world where you are suffering. So may Lord Krishna bless you all. Let us remember his teachings. The best way of remembering the teachings of Lord Krishna is to practice them in the daily life. Thank you very much. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. May we live happily. May God protect us. May He nourish us. May our knowledge be illumined. May we not hate each other. Peace, peace. Peace be unto all.